What kind of car can block chemical attacks, fire back at enemies, and still feel like a luxury suite on wheels? That's not a riddle, it's real. And it costs a jaw-dropping $15.8 million. This isn't your average armored ride. This is a vehicle built to protect one of the most powerful people on Earth. A car that looks like a high-end Cadillac, but hides secrets only a few will ever know. In today's video, we're not just talking about cars. We're stepping into the world of ultra-secret luxury, government-grade engineering, and next-level tech that feels like something straight out of a futuristic spy film. Stick around till the end and trust me, you won't look at limos the same way again. And hey, if you're into luxury, power, and rare behind-the-scenes info like this, hit that subscribe button and stay locked in with Rich Vibe. Built like a fortress, moves like a shadow. Imagine a tank disguised as a luxury sedan. That's the vibe. From the outside, it might look like a high-end Cadillac stretch limo, but underneath, this thing is basically a moving fortress. The chassis, it's from a heavy-duty truck. The body, reinforced steel, aluminum, and ceramic to stop bullets, bombs, and everything in between. The windows, multi-layered armor, so thick that not even high-caliber sniper rounds can get through. One could say it's like driving a Vault with wheels. The idea was never to make something flashy. It was to build something that survives the worst while keeping its passenger calm, secure, and in command. Even the tires are next level. They're Kevlar reinforced and can keep rolling even if they're completely shredded. So, if there's ever a situation where escape is needed, the beast doesn't just survive, it dominates. Now think about how many moving parts had to come together to make that possible. It's not just tough, it's smart tough. Inside the beast where power meets comfort. Picture this. You're inside a vehicle that could take a direct hit, and you don't even spill your coffee. That's how smooth the ride is. Inside the beast, it's not about raw survival alone. It's about leadership. This exact vehicle was used by former US President Donald Trump, making it one of the most powerful and heavily protected cars ever put on the road. There's a satellite phone with a direct line to the Pentagon. There's a secure communication system embedded into the cabin, leather seats, LED ambient lighting, a climate-controlled interior tailored to its VIP occupant. Even in the chaos, this ride is designed for clear-headed decisions. And the best part? It's completely sealed from the outside world. Chemical attack, not a problem. The cabin seals shut and keeps the air clean and breathable. It's a presidential panic room on wheels. And while we don't know every detail, because much of it's top secret, what we do know already puts this vehicle in a class of its own. You're not just riding a car. You're stepping into a command center that just happens to have cup holders. More than a car, it's a message. When the beast pulls up, people stop and stare. It's not about showing off. It's about sending a message. The message is clear. You don't mess with this. The size, the shape, the slow, deliberate way it moves. All of it says there's power inside this vehicle, and it's protected by the best tech on the planet. During Donald Trump's presidency, this vehicle became a symbol of dominance and American strength on the global stage. Whether it was rolling through Washington, D.C. or arriving at a global summit, its presence alone was enough to command attention. And it's not just about the car itself. It's about the convoy. When the president travels, the beast rolls deep. We're talking decoy vehicles, communication vans, armored SUVs, tactical response units, all synchronized like a mobile military operation. The beast is the crown jewel, but it's surrounded by an entourage designed to neutralize threats before they even become threats. Every lane it travels is watched. Every intersection is controlled. That kind of coordination doesn't happen by accident. It's rehearsed, precise, and unbreakable. Why it costs so much and why it's worth it. $15.8 million. That's not just a price tag, it's a statement. For most people, that kind of money could buy multiple Lamborghinis, a yacht, or even a mansion or two. But this isn't about luxury for luxury's sake. This is about building one of the most secure, advanced, and mission-critical vehicles on the planet. You're not just paying for a ride. You're investing in a mobile command center designed to keep the most powerful person in the world alive under any circumstance. Every dollar goes into layers of technology and design that are almost entirely hidden from the public eye. We're talking custom armor plating, bulletproof glass thicker than a brick, a sealed cabin resistant to chemical and biological attacks, and defense systems you'd expect to see in a war zone, not on a car. Then there's the secure communications suite, the medical bay, the encrypted satellite systems, and the countless countermeasures that exist solely to prevent catastrophe. And that's just what we know about. But here's the kicker. This isn't a one-and-done build. Multiple units are created to ensure redundancy and security. They undergo constant testing, receive regular updates, and evolve alongside the threats they're built to neutralize. With every administration, new challenges arise. That means the beast is constantly being refined, stronger materials, smarter tech, better systems. So when people ask, is it really worth that much? They're missing the point. This isn't about cost efficiency. It's not absolute preparedness. In the rare moment when everything goes wrong, the beast is the last line of defense. And in that moment, you'll be glad every cent was spent. The secrecy behind the build. You don't just walk into a dealership and ask for the beast. Its construction is a tightly held secret. General Motors is the mastermind behind the build, working under intense secrecy. While it carries Cadillac badging and styling on the outside, underneath, it's actually built on a heavy-duty GM truck chassis, engineered from the ground up for durability, power, and extreme protection. The people who work on it are vetted, and the specs are locked away. Even within Cadillac, most executives aren't fully briefed on its details. This isn't something that even top executives at Cadillac brag about. It's a national security asset. That means silence is part of the job description. The few glimpses we do get come from leaks, former agents, or rare media access. And even then, it's never the full picture. What's under the hood? Some say it's a Duramax diesel engine. Others say it's a custom powertrain built specifically for extreme torque. But the truth is, only a handful of people really know. And that mystery? It just adds to the legend. It's got its own medical bay and more. Inside the beast, there's not just comfort. There's emergency readiness, one of the most surprising features. A supply of the president's blood type, kept cold and ready just in case. Along with medical equipment, oxygen tanks, and countermeasures that can launch smoke, gas, or even tear through barriers. And this isn't fiction. This is all part of what makes the beast a rolling survival pod. If the worst happened and evacuation was impossible, the president could stay inside and operate safely. That's not luxury. That's tactical security turned into mobile strategy. So while it may look sleek from the outside, what's inside is part hospital, part war room, and part 5-star comfort suite. It's a rolling symbol of American engineering. Think about what it means to build something like this. Every detail has to be perfect. There's no room for shortcuts. Every bolt, every weld, every hidden sensor has a purpose. And all of it has to function in the worst possible conditions. That's American engineering at its peak. Quiet, deliberate, and powerful. The beast isn't just a car. During Donald Trump's term, it represented a bold, unmissable display of U.S. capability and readiness wherever it went. It's a machine that carries history, responsibility, and risk every time it's on the road. It reflects a nation's commitment to protect its leader, and in doing so, shows what's possible when innovation meets purpose. The legacy of the beast and what comes next. Since the early days of presidential cars, security has always been evolving. What started with simple armored sedans has turned into this, a high-tech cocoon of strategy and survival. And each president brings new needs, new threats, and new standards. That means the beast is always changing. The version we're talking about today is the result of decades of trial, error, and advancement. But what comes next might be even more advanced. We're talking electric versions, AI integration, drone defense. There are whispers of future models that can sense threats before they happen. Imagine a car that not only protects but predicts. That's where we're headed. And the current beast? It's just the beginning. This isn't just a vehicle. It's a legacy in motion. Now that you've seen what $15.8 million of power, protection, and prestige looks like, it's hard not to be amazed. The beast is more than a car. It's a symbol of strength, readiness, and what's possible when technology meets responsibility. If you enjoyed this inside look, make sure to hit the like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and most importantly, subscribe to Rich Vibe for more jaw-dropping content like this. Stick with us, because the next story is always bigger. Until then, stay sharp, stay curious, and ride with Rich Vibe.